Michael Gonzalez, New Mexico Motor Events, and Drew Garcia with
Outlaw Desert Racing. We're in the house.
We're back, another video podcast here at Cafe Bella Coffee, and we have some guests here. We got some Rescue TNT guests that we're going to get into. We're going to learn about what they do, who they are. But before we jump into that, Drew, what has been going on?
Well, we just had the big Motor Fest that went down. A lot of stuff is going on. I know we'll talk about the recap on that, but you know, I'm all excited. Doomsday 100 went down in Las Cruces, New Mexico at A&M Hills OHB. They had a great race. No injuries reported, so awesome. Shout out to Cesar Garcia. Also, we got the big, oh my God, 100. It's going down this weekend in Cuba, New Mexico, so check it out. New Mexico Race Collective. Dina and Che, Moriarty MX, Heart Bar MX, it's going down. They're getting ready. They're amping up for the Loretta Lynn's qualifier, so that's coming up. So I'm getting excited about that. Racers from all over the nation that didn't qualify, they're all going to throw down in New Mexico. So check it out. You can go to MoriartyMX.com. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on TikTok. So check it out. Cool. So a lot of stuff going on. Racing for the trucks and buggies and UTVs. We got guys at Nora 1000 right now. People are getting ready for Baja. We also got the El Paso race, the Cinco de Baja 400. That's going down next weekend, and we're going to be there. And also Rescue TNT, Rescue Tactics and Training, excuse me. They're also going to be doing medical and support there. So awesome. We're excited to have you guys here, and you guys help with Motorfest. So what about you, brother?
Yeah, well, you know, we're just wrapping up Motorfest. We're just totally in awe, outpouring of support, and learning exactly how big 10.5 acres is.
Right, it was
that
huge.
Is massive. That is massive. Because usually we max out capacity or have a little overflow. Yeah. We learned a lot. When you step into a 10.5 acre spot for an event, it's a whole different beast. But we're super excited. We're already working on next year. Bigger, better, stronger, more attributes. We've got some really, really cool stuff that we're working on for that. And then, of course, you know, we have the weekly tacos and rides here at Cafe Bella Coffee, and then all the other events that are going on in the state. There's some things downtown. We have the Lowrider event on Cinco de Mayo. They've collaborated with the city, and they're doing it in the rail yards.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's a full festival. So I'll be down there, and we were up in Farmington recently. They had the Smithsonian Institute did an installation there, and they had local representation of photographers, artisans, and cars, and they had a car show. Man, Four Corners was hopping. Everybody, yeah. And that content is just like rifling through. And then, of course, the content's coming in from Motorfest, the ground team, the professional photographers and videographers. So we're starting to create bites and bits of that. So many photos that we decided to do YouTube slideshow presentations. We have 3 of them up already, and we're expecting more. So yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. We're already working on Toys for Tots.
I know, and we got a bunch of surprises coming up.
Yeah, we got community cruises, off-road stuff. Yeah, but before we get too deep, not to get too deep, our usual antics. Drew and I are knocking out about 60 events a year, but today we have special guests, so we're going to let them introduce themselves, tell you what they do, and share some history. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Nice.
Knuckles. So I'm Dan Barela. This is my wife Tonja Barela, and we are the owners of Rescue Tactics and Training, or as Drew said, Rescue TNT for short. It's easy to remember.
Nice.
And that's our website, rescuetnt.com. A little bit about us. We kind of started a business, ironically, here at this very spot. At Cafe Bella.
That's wild.
For 11 years ago.
What are the chances? Yeah. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Met with Chief Bierce back then with Rio Rancho Fire. He wanted a special course. We put it together.
Awesome.
And as they say, the rest is history. We've been in business now 11 years.
Awesome.
And our focus as a training organization, response organization, gear organization, we do rescue training that's specific to technical rescue and tactical rescue. Wow. What does that mean? All the stuff like water rescue, confined space rescue, rope rescue, all those specialty rescue situations, that's kind of our focus. And a little bit of tactical rescue as well. Nice. So that's one segment of our company. We also do gear sales. So anything to do with rescue, whether it's rescue boats.
Oh, great. So you're outfitter too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
From boats to harnesses to
Drew needs
carabiners
a
to
boat.
helmets.
Oh man, these guys hooked me up. Outlaw Desert Racing and our veterans, they've given us first aid kits.
Oh, nice.
Some of these kits had even Narcan in them. I mean, they're like full blown. They sell everything.
Real kits, not fashion
real,
ones.
Yep.
real
Nice.
first aid kits and
Nice.
For trauma.
Well, I want to hear more.
first
Tell
aid,
us
so,
more. This is
yeah.
exciting.
So on the
Absolutely.
gear side of it, we do a lot of medical components like that, medical gear
Nice.
kits. One of our mottos or taglines is no band-aids and bullshit.
There you go.
We only sell the critical stuff that's needed in critical times. So
Right.
the
Nice.
band-aids and all that you can get at Walmart and probably
Sure.
a lot cheaper. We sell gear that's very specific to critical times, trauma, remote access areas, remote medicine, that
That's
kind
awesome.
of stuff. So that's the gear side. And then we also do rescue response.
Nice.
As you know, we
Nice.
Did your standby event at MotoFest.
Excellent job.
And so we do rescue services. Hopefully no one needs them, but we're there if they do. And we do things like off-road racing,
Yep.
UTV
totally
rallies,
Absolutely.
Awesome.
high-risk movie sets, confined space rescue standbys, disaster
Man, this is
response.
the real deal.
Yeah, we're recognized as a New Mexico State search and rescue team now as well.
Awesome.
And we're on the EMAX system for the state disaster response system as well as on the federal side.
So
So,
they can just call out for you and
Yep.
here you come.
and there we go.
Wow, that's awesome. So how do you divide the responsibilities being business owners and husband-wife team? Do you have different specialties, or is it the norm where she's always the boss and you work for her?
She's the brains.
Oh, the brains.
I'm the
That's
brawn.
even better. Yeah.
So tell them a little bit about how we run things.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we do a lot of courses, a lot more with first responders and our fire departments and our police officers. And right now we're in the water world because monsoons are coming. And so right now we're really focused on water rescue, and
Cool.
we have a lot of courses coming up down in Elephant Butte. We just did some a couple weeks ago. We're going to finish them up. But a lot of people forget that with all the fires we've had and all that, that our water is going to be a big issue once it starts to rain again. There's going to be a big component there. How do we run our business? Well, it takes all of us and all of you to help us keep going. We have a lot of stuff on the forefront. We're getting ready to go down to Peru.
Wow.
And work with our, it's going to be very special. We're going to work with the SARS team down there and get them trained up the way we do things here. And we've been holding raffles to raise income to outfit them with gear so that they're better ready and prepared. So we're looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
We're getting ready to do some work in Guatemala.
Wow.
And
you guys were down there already, right?
Yeah,
He-
we were just down there
Oh,
last
nice.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he was down there and I was doing the water class down in Rio Doso.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then we also work out at Costa Rica and
Everywhere.
yeah.
all over the world.
Yeah, we have a training center in Costa Rica, Naco, so we do
That's
a lot of
awesome.
stuff down there. And our partner agency that's out there has one of the most amazing adventure parks out there. 7 zip lines, horseback, waterfall rappels, ATVs, 4-wheelers. So if anyone's ever in the Costa Rica area, look us up.
Nice, nice.
Awesome. And I bet you in those extreme entertainment areas, it's super important that they have the training and the workforce in case something comes up, whether it's weather related or something.
Absolutely. Just like in the off-road racing side of the world, it's usually remote. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And so our teams will stabilize the patient, extricate them. If there's fire suppression to be had, we'll put the fire out. And if it's critical enough, we'll get medevac in and a helicopter there.
Yeah, when we had our one race in Berlin, the Berlin 200, they even had a trauma surgeon, I believe, medic with them, a surgeon.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. They were at our race in Berlin, New Mexico, so if anything happened, but that was a successful race, and that was pretty good. So
It's crazy. I have a personal connection with that kind of response. When I was very young, in middle school, when I was racing motocross, I saw 2 pro riders walk up and they landed, and one of the riders was under the bike and he crushed his larynx.
Wow.
I was on the sidelines and we all ran out there. This is in Puyallup, Washington in the 80s. And we looked down and this gentleman hopped over the fence. He goes, I have this. Do you have a pocket knife? Do you have some alcohol? Everybody's like, no, no, no. He's like, do you have alcohol? He said, yeah. And he cleaned the knife and he gave him a trach. He said, I need a straw. Some guy pulled a straw. They gave him a trach right there on the racetrack. And I was in middle school and I said, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Saw the stuff come out. It's crunchy and all that, but he lived.
Wow.
And but the timing and having the right people, they were just lucky that that gentleman was there. He didn't have any credentials, but he was skilled and trained. He just jumped right over the fence, came on the track, said, we got to save him. And I didn't even know what to think of that. So I have that personal connection of seeing someone be saved that close, just doing a sport, focusing on something else.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important, the work that you do, because it sounds like to me that you kind of handle things that traditional EMT training up and beyond that.
Correct.
So you're like the hot shots. You come in and say, hey, we're going to do this. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's funny how you say that, because I just want to talk about your dog.
They have a dog too?
Dude, this Doberman Pinscher, his name is Recon, and he climbs ladders.
Nice.
And the one time I went out to one of their facilities, I don't know how tall that first stage was, but he's climbing up it, and I was just like, your dog's up there. And he's, oh yeah, that's what he does. I was like,
even the dog's ready to go.
Full-blown rescue dog.
That's awesome.
Another unique aspect of all of our employees, our contractors, is they're either currently first responders, military or law enforcement, or retired from those fields. So they have the background and the skill set necessary to be Johnny on the spot when needed.
Well, and it's balanced too, because you can't freak out, you can't panic, you have to have a certain candor to handle trauma.
Yep, and when we had our last race at Moriarty MX, we had the trucks and buggies and the UTVs. They came full staff. I even got sick that weekend. You guys had to give me an IV, so thank you very much. That was rough, and these guys, they came to the rescue, and it was amazing. But
what are the chances? So
they're all over New Mexico. They support motor events, and they do some awesome work. We even have some of our veterans. Michael Gibson, he's been to some of your water rescue classes, a lot of your classes.
One of our instructors.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
He's an Outlaw Desert Racing ambassador, and he's an instructor now. Wow, amazing.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing about your business, what you've done in the past, and then of course what you're doing now, and then some of these upcoming adventures. We really appreciate you coming out and sharing that information with us, and we appreciate the support at Motorfest. I think the closest that we had for meeting them, I remember
the Twinkie
Twinkie guy.
I was concerned.
I think that was the only time.
Yeah,
that was the only time.
Well, someone had said, well, if you eat too many, they expand. And I was like, oh, we might want someone over here.
So that's good when you have
no injuries reported.
No
I
injuries.
haven't done a Twinkie overdose yet.
Kind of gushy.
That's awesome.
Your removal.
And talking about that at Motorfest, I want to thank all the Outlaw Desert Racing veterans and first responders that came
crew of them out there.
So a lot of the people in the car show, and you guys have people at the gates, those were all veterans. Or a first responder. We had some people like Dylan, but a lot of them already, they're calling them the older guys. They're all veterans, and they came out to help. They supported Outlaw Desert Racing to help Motorfest. So thank you.
They did a great job. Huge ground team. Big shout out to Outlaw Desert Racing. I think we opened up with like 10 of them on your crew on the ground, just that portion. It really helped augment, because again, the 10.5 acres, that's a whole different beast. So we learned a lot on that one.
Yep. So shout out to Ben, Brian, Larry, Terry, Artie, those veterans. Thank you so much.
And there's so many more.
Sitting out in the sun all day, and some of the car questions was interesting for them, but I think it worked out.
That's
great.
cool. We had some young people out there with your team
absolutely.
too.
Right.
High school, middle school, helping them. They were getting mentored out there. So that was awesome. Also, to chime in on that, thanks to all our sponsors, all our supporters, anybody that was behind, all our performers. anybody that was behind the production of the show. Not only was the ground space the largest we've ever done, all the different attributes of everything that happened in that show lineup. It's the biggest production we've ever done, and we learned so much.
Yeah, we did.
We're super excited moving forward. We're still going to be knocking out 60 varied events a year. We're going to keep some of the favorites, well, most of the favorites, and then we have more in development. So we're super excited. If you have any questions or feedback, you can always contact Drew at Outlaw Desert Racing or myself at New Mexico Motor Events. We're happy to answer any of your questions. But yeah,
and you're working on Toys for Tots right now.
Yep, we're working on Toys for Tots.
There's some huge things coming to this Toys for Tots that
fun stuff, man.
It's never happened before, and it's going down.
Fun stuff.
Oh
fun
my
stuff.
gosh!
So yeah, thanks again to all our sponsors, all our vendors, all our attendees, anybody that shared our content or asked questions. We appreciate it. We'll just, we say what we always say. You keep showing up, and we'll keep doing events. But thank you too for coming out. It was
Absolutely.
a pleasure
Thanks
to have
for
you out
having
and
us.
learning about your business.
Look forward to more collaborations.
Absolutely, 100%. Drew's
Awesome.
already got a calendar with your name all over it.
Can I say for the Off-Road Nation, New Mexico, we are planning a big event in June. It was May 30th, but we're going to do June 5th. I'll talk to you guys about that. And at Razorville, it's coming back. We're opening it up. We're having a huge off-road gathering. It's going to be the Veterans and First Responders Appreciation Day.
Yep,
so
fun day.
any veteran families, first responder families want to come out. You don't have a UTV or a Jeep or anything, that's okay. Come on out. We're going to get you a ride. We'll go hang out. We're going to have food for you, and we're going to have fun, games. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff, so it's going to be cool.
Fun stuff.
So look for it. It's going to be blasted out.
It'll be dropping
next
soon.
week.
Just confirming some details.
If you need us, we'll be there.
Awesome.
Check them out. You come talk to them, ask them those burning questions.
Literally.
Rescue Tactics and Training. They're the big dogs of New Mexico, and they're worldwide.
Crazy.
And they're based out of New Mexico, so and they can anybody can take classes, right?
yes.
So if you want,
We have something for everyone.
If you need that kind of training, they're
for
the ones.
CTR, I just want to. I've been asking them for a while now. I just want to play dead. So when they do recoveries, we'll do an off-road
We got
scene,
you.
all
You'll be the
crashed
dummy?
up, bloodied up.
We
Yeah,
got you.
Yeah, and I got volunteers too. They're all excited. So
I think she had
perfect.
something
She always
on
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, rip it.
Oh, I can't remember
Oh,
now.
see, I told you he does that.
I know. No, actually, that's it. Anybody can take these courses. You don't have to be a first responder or a police officer or anything like that. That's actually how I came about with
Nice.
rescue tactics and met my husband.
That's
I
awesome.
actually came as a civilian and took these courses.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's excellent.
So
That's a good
from
point. You
CPR
need that training.
classes to
Anything from
rappelling, water
CPR,
rescue.
wilderness first responder, remote medicine, off-road recovery,
That's real stuff, man.
And-
extrication,
Yeah, maybe we can do some
water rescue.
off-road gathering.
Absolutely. We have a UTV prop specific for that.
Yes.
So we
Bring
can
it
teach
out.
people
Let's
how
do
to
it.
how to
That'd be
cut
awesome.
you out of a UTV if we need to.
That would be cool. There's
How
going
to
to be a
pull you
lot of
out,
them.
how to, it's fun.
Stitch you up, ship you off.
Yeah.
Tear your pants on the way out.
Yeah.
Get old DJ out there, we'll fly you out to the next spot.
I know, right? And we got helicopter support. DJ's always helping out.
That's awesome.
So
Vertical
That's
limit
awesome.
aviation.
vertical limit. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, that's a wrap. Thanks for coming out. Just a real quick update on what's going on. Watch our feeds. If you want to contact Rescue TNT, how do they get a hold of you? Your website?
Yep, rescuetnt.com, or you can find our phone number and all that
Perfect.
other stuff. It's pretty easy.
Perfect. All right, Drew. That's another one. It's a wrap.
That's it, man.
All right. See you, everybody.
I'm going racing.
Yeah.
Later.
See you later. Thank you.